I'm Javier Soto at the Rosson House Museum as we continue our special on Arizona's history. We want to take you back in time. As I've been mentioning, this house was originally built in 1895 and belonged to the Rosson family, including Roland Lee Rosson, who was a doctor. That's why we're here in the doctor's office right now. I want to introduce you to Eric Gary. He is the visitor center manager. And when we look around this room, talk about a blast from the past. It takes you back.
Well, you know, the good news is at least we do have anesthesia. So you'd be able to soak this in ether, hold that over the patient's nose, ask them, does this rag smell like chloroform to you? And they're down, and then you could use your bone cutters and your curettes and things.
And he had everything. I mean, he was a doctor, and typically they would come through this back door here, and they would come and he would see his patients.
And they wouldn't have to come through the private family area.
I want to talk about this. This is interesting here. So this is maybe an older way of Googling, right? If he needed a procedure done, he would simply flip through that chart and he'd be able to find out how to do it.
And since he only had 4 medical courses, you probably want to keep this handy. Some of the other panels do show you how to make the incisions and the stitching and everything. So.
In case something goes wrong, though, that's where that closet comes in.
Well, this is one of our favorite objects. We bring this out for Halloween. It is an antique.
What are we seeing here?
So this is called a transport basket. So when someone passes away, you would use this to get them to the cemetery and then roll them into a real coffin once you get there.
All right. Let's hope he didn't have to use that too often and his procedures went well. As we walk into the hallway here, what I love about this house is you guys restored it back to its original ways.
Yeah, this wallpaper, so when the house was bought by the city, there were 7 layers of wallpaper on these walls. So they dug down, got swatches of the base layer, and they reproduced this all for us for $43,000. That's why we don't lean on it.
This is the kitchen, and it's a lot different than we would imagine a kitchen, but take us back to 1895.
It is a bit smaller than we're used to seeing. The stove is not original to the house. They probably had a bigger one. This is from a hotel in Tombstone, so we're surprised it's not full of bullet holes.
Here's what caught my attention. What are we looking at there?
So this is our refrigerator or ice box. Again, not original to the house. They probably had a bigger one out on the porch, because then you could put this sign out to tell the iceman how many pounds you need. You could just drop a block in and be on his way.
Interestingly enough, in the pantry, you guys think there was some sort of trap door there at one time.
So the story is, during the restoration, they discovered a trap door. We know the Gamble family, the last family to live here, they did have a little bit of legal fuzziness. They did own a bar. The state passed prohibition, so that was dead. And the story is that Governor Hunt, our first governor, would stop here on his way home from work to have lemonade.
Those are rumors. Those are rumors. We thank you very much for giving us a tour of this beautiful home.